Hey, it's me again, Zikri Kolil, the co-founder of Insignment and also the CCO, which could mean for commercial communication, commercial. But I'm back again for another show with you guys. But this time I am not in Malaysia. I am currently in the beautiful city of Istanbul, simply for business, obviously, and other things at hand. But today we have a very special guests with plural, meaning there are more than one, which I have not done in a long time. And it is with my great pleasure to invite three of these amazing individuals from the same organization. Um, I'm like to inviting Dr. Wemel, the
Yes.
CEO of GetEmployed today, along with his beautiful wife, I assume, Ronnie Wemel, who's also the CCO of GetEmployed today, and is their one of their main, you can say, heroes of building partnerships through incitement, Suresh Unikrishnan, the global partnership officer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Lovely to be here. Thank you. Thank
You.
you.
All right, awesome. So first of all, how did the three of you come together? Is this were you working on the same company on different projects before, or tell us a bit more about the three of you?
Sure. Maybe I'll start.
Yes.
So, how LTT Global started is actually in 2004. Prior to that, I used to teach law, and
Oh,
2000 I resigned to actually spend more time with the children. But education was always close to my heart. And when they had gone to school and everything, I used to play with the black and white Nokia and started to send lessons in English language via SMS on the black and white Nokia. So the first program we actually rolled out was called SMS Me English in
oh,
2004, officially with the banks here, Maybank, Bumi Putra Commerce, Bank Islam, and RHB to their internet banking customers. And later it grew, and as technology evolved, we also evolved, but always being an educationist, we wanted to make sure that learning was accessible and affordable. And today we have actually several platforms that where we curate quality learning sites, and as such we make a learning platform specific for the community that we are dealing with, and
hmm,
everything is accessible there. So it's a safe learning platform with quality learning contents from around the world. So we have been recognized by United Nations for powering the Sustainable Development Goal 4, as well as other 6 other goals of SDG, and OECD recognized us as an inclusive company and for a proven building capacity platform. And Suresh
oh,
actually joined us shortly after that because he started his entrepreneur journey and found that this is also his shared vision to impact lives through education. But I'll let Suresh tell his part of the story.
yes, Suresh. Tell us more about you. About other than this power couple here. Love to
So,
hear more. How did you diverge and then emerge as one of the great men running this amazing
yeah.
organization?
So I started I did my studies in human resource right up to Master of Science in Human Resource, and then I got onto working in the human resource field for 15 years. And after 15 years, I felt totally bored and I wanted more challenges. And that's when I was already when I after 15 years I was already in a regional role with an MNC company based here but taking care of 8 9 countries in the Asia Pacific region. So I was totally bored, and so I decided to become an entrepreneur and put my hands into different sectors, things like core fiber and healthcare, various sectors. And my passion, because of human resource, my passion has been in education throughout. And I know Rani and Dr. Vimal for about 20 years, since about 2000, the year 2000. We already met each other and became very close friends. And so when I was an entrepreneur, and then around 2015, when we reconnected, we always connected, but we sat down and spoke again. I was into social media monitoring and things like that in my other business. And Rani said, look, we are now going to a different level within LTT Global. We are going to have this launching this platform that's going to be mega big and so on. And that's how then I said, yeah, why not? My passion is for education, especially global education, being in human resource. That's how I got on board and started playing the role of a global partnerships officer. And that's how that this platform that we have, edu for you.today, which is today having subscribers in 60 over countries, having received all these recognitions, as Rani said, from the United Nations, from
Well,
OECD, more than 10 global awards since then, since 2007 till today. It's been an amazing journey as a whole team, Other than that, and everyone else in the team, I think it's been the beauty about the team that we have is everyone in the team are highly passionate about education and impacting lives. I think these are the two ingredients: education and impacting lives. And I think each of us in the team, other than three of us and the others, the technical people and everyone else, I think we have been very, very goal oriented. A small team, but highly goal oriented. Amazing team.
no, that's fantastic. I mean, it's great to hear how the three of you came to know one another along the way. When Dr. Wemel and Ronnie started the whole organization and her own journey, and of course, it's a great acolyte to have when you are backed and endorsed by great organizations like the United Nations with the work that you've done. But I would like to talk more about the main menu of today, which is basically Get Employed.today. Simply in a very as much elaborate as you can be. Perhaps maybe Dr. Wemo or Rani could answer this question. Why Get Employed.today? Why does it really matter now, even before the pandemic? Why is this such an important thing for the public? Needs to really look into this as the main pivotal moment of helping real problems in this country.
Okay. The first question is during this pandemic, when we went out, helping people, giving out food, one thing that I realized was, these are people who actually don't want to take help, but they are in a situation, no, when I saw tears come from their eyes, it melted me. And then the next question I want to say, okay, food giving is good. How long are we going to support these people? That is why, we started doing research. What kind of a help actually do these people really need? What they call back, put them back again, to have that feeling, that, I can help the society. And that is where when I went back and we started studying about other countries, because this pandemic did not only hit Malaysia, but it also hit the whole world. And when we found out, one of the first countries that I was able to study and able to understand was Germany. Germany did a study to find out, the impact on the people in Germany, and they suddenly found 14 million people went onto poverty line. So they wanted to know, they are a developed country, and they wanted to know how did this happen. And they found out these 14 million people were not able to get employed. Reason, they did not have the skill. And then when we, look back at Malaysia, the same level. The level is they need skill to get employed. It is not that there's no job. All these things is happening, we will overcome, so as, over the years, all the challenges people have overcome. But how do we overcome? How do you get back to, get yourself employed? Because now it's about all technology. And that is where we realized the 14 million people in Germany, they found out that they did not have skill. The only way, no matter the government is helping them, they said, but in order for them to be self-sufficient, they have to get skilled up. So we realizing on that, we knew that exactly how to help the Malaysian. And that is how we came along with this program to skill them. Now, when we talk about skill is not about 1 day, it's not a 2 days, and a lot of trainings are going around 1 week, 2 weeks, and all that. Skill take time, and it's a lot of money. Lucky for us, that we already had programmed and we wanted to help looking at the situation. So that's how we put in a program, a 6-week program. And plus, because of our establishment, we call on to all our partners, and partners came in to help, to give certificate, to, in the event, if anybody during the, pandemic, they have challenges and they are under depression, anything, we have also a partner which can able to listen to the call and able to help them. And plus, you have other partners. As soon as they finish the training, they could able to see at the right hand side and see where they can able to get themselves employed. If they are trained, they are willing to get them employed. So we have done all this. We can't hear you.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oopsie daisy. Sorry about that.
Uh,
Bad habits die hard. Uh, how bad is the situation in Malaysia in terms of the employment rate right now? Because some people say we don't have the accurate number. Some people say the government is too scared to share the real number. Or even if that is the case, what is the long term impact of having a high employment rate in this country, just so that in layman terms people can understand the importance of that?
I'm sure the numbers that I can tell you, it is not only Malaysian government is frightened. Every government in the world is frightened to give a number because the
Mm,
number is totally frightening. All right,
mm,
and it is
mm.
not that anybody did anything. It is the pandemic. All right,
Right.
any nation is going to get out of this pandemic. There's only one way. You have to
Mm.
skill them. You skill them, you're okay. You'll be employed and you will grow. We will
Okay.
overcome this stage. There will be a lot of employment. Are you ready to take this? I think this number, Suresh has got the number. Suresh, why didn't you tell the number?
Yeah. So we being being one of the leading digital learning platform providers globally, so we always look at numbers. World Economic Forum, reports from KPMG, various organizations, right? So in Malaysia, from early this year, numbers have been rising. The worst was in July, it was about 743,000. Then, when we looked at the August numbers, it was about 764,000. Numbers just shot up by 20,000 plus. And thereon, we have been monitoring the different organizations, the Department of Statistics, and the different organizations that we deal with. So we know officially, yes, 764,900 from the department, but unofficially, we believe that the numbers are more than 1 million. Why? You have got fresh graduates who are unemployed. You have got those who have lost jobs, those who have, because of the pandemic, the businesses are closed, so they are unemployed, right? And those who are underemployed, that's a very big number. People who have got non-exec level right up to senior manager, they have to, in some situation, they were asked to leave or the company shut down that's employing them. And today they are doing food delivery, Grab, and some very menial jobs, just to
Right.
survive. So when you take these four categories, it's easily more than 1 million. And that number is still growing because right now, with various action plans by the government, the government is working hard to do various things, but the rate of closure of micro enterprises and SMEs is so fast that the numbers, overall numbers, when you talk about unofficially, the numbers are still rising. It's not going down yet. So
Mm,
so that is why when when as a team we thought about what we should do, LTT Global Communication, what we should do in the area of education. That is where we said that, okay, how about we make an effort to bring all Malaysians together, and then to be able to go forward and help as many unemployed Malaysians. How we want to do that? Leverage all of what we have on our platform. We have the best contents on our platform. We have got more than 5,000 online courses from the global top 100 universities, professional bodies, short and long courses on our platform. We have got more than 100,000 hours of video learning content from the world top best speakers and from the university side on our platform. We have got few hundred million articles and journals. We have got few hundred million e-books and audiobooks. So together, bringing what we have on our platform to the table. Then we reach out to our customers and partners, people like Asia Pacific University, people like MMU, and various other organizations like PCOM and various other bodies, yeah, that came about. So we have our platform providing the contents on our platform, being able to provide that mandatory courses with global certifications, right?
Right.
That's why any individual who's unemployed, when they register for free on our platform, they go through this mandatory 6 weeks program, yeah, upskilling in the area of soft skills, digital skills, all of whatever job sector you are from, you need all of those courses. So, right, when you go through that, yeah, and then Asia Pacific University came on board to say whatever mandatory courses you provide, they will come in and give you one certificate of achievement. That was amazing of them to give one certificate of achievement to say that all of these has been, they have gone through 6 weeks, all of that, right? So once they have gone through all of that, then the individual, we will connect the individual to hiring companies, or whether it's gig providers or even entrepreneurship. So it's not about just you learn all this and out you go on your way and you don't care about you. We then connect you to these tracks. Whether you're looking for full-time employment, then it's hiring companies or gig providers, gig job providers, or entrepreneurship track. Then we still give you access to a total 12 months to the learning platform. So
Got
we
it. Got it.
still monitor your progress. So just say you got onto a job, whatever job maybe you got onto the job. But when you got onto the job and still you feel that you're weak in some things, you can still access the platform, the learning platform, to learn whatever is shortcoming that the employer expects you to do. Very quickly, you can learn on the platform and be able to be productive to your new employer or to the new gig provider that you have taken on an assignment or an entrepreneur. So we want to ensure you are in, you are able to upskill yourself, get you onto one of those three tracks, and help ensure in this 12 months you, yes, that support you to fly. And what's something else is more amazing is that we ensure a total holistic approach. If I'm unemployed, I come in, the courses are there to upskill.
Correct.
Then we provide you links to the hiring company's gig and all that. But imagine someone who's not employed for 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, Zikri. Imagine their mental state. You know, Rani has picked up this report from the ILO, International Labour Organization. They said that if you have not been unemployed for 6 months to a year, they don't consider you unemployed, they consider you inactive. Imagine the mental state the individual are in. If you are being if you are being interviewed, Zikri, if you are unemployed for 6 months, 2 years, and someone interviews you, how are you? Do you see yourself positive to be able to handle the interview? Your mental state will be down, right? You will be down, right? Depressed, and worst case being suicidal. So we even have a partner on board 24/7 that provides you, that is willing to listen to you. You make a call to that partner. They have certified counselors to counsel you and get you up to the right mental state. So we ensure all of that is in place. All of those partners are in place.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, it's a holistic approach. You've got various partners from various industries that caters to every specific category that you believe that will be able to help them and hopefully activate them again
Exactly.
and start working. So my other question is, how do you differentiate yourself with other similar programs? Because other programs, they boast more about what they can train, but when it comes to hiring them, they have an issue. So in your case, how are you solving that by connecting them to various partners who do hiring on the spot? How does it work in this phase, on the final phase of the program?
Okay,
Rani, over
may
here.
I? Okay, may I? Yeah.
Yes,
Go
So,
yes.
ahead. Go ahead.
thanks. So, how we differentiate ourselves is actually, uh, we have seen many programs as well, and everybody gets trained. And actually, I think in Malaysia, there's this uh, everybody has gone for so many trainings that some of them are tired of training as well. And that's why when we actually put out this program, people are thinking, is this another kind of a similar training? But I can assure you it's not. Because like Suresh had mentioned, we read the ILO report, and they
Right.
also mentioned there that all these people have also lost their self-confidence or reduced self-confidence, reduced self-esteem, and their social skills have also gone down. So what we do is we have several programs in place, and we always continuously keep in touch with all our participants. It's nationwide program, and anyone who's unemployed, in the last 2 years, they can actually participate in this program. And
Right.
during these 6 weeks of in-demand skills that they are doing online entirely by themselves, but of course, when they need assistance, they touch base with us. We also provide master classes. Master classes are actually where we invite experts and they share skills with them, which they can monetize immediately, or it's something that would help them in their own professional development or personal development. We also have knowledge sharing webinars where we invite people in the industry, leaders, thought leaders, to share with them, because to keep them abreast of what's happening now, get them engaged, and they feel like they belong to this new world now. And even like in our peer learning group, we have encouraged them to interact with each other and make sure that they share knowledge, start
Right.
building a new social circle as well. So
Mhm.
that's how we have done this program. It's very holistic. So besides being uh, taking the in-demand courses and building up all the skill sets, we prepare them so that when they go for the interview, they are motivated, they are inspired. Or even if they're doing a gig job, they feel excited about it. Starting an entrepreneurship also, they feel excited, they are inspired, because they need this mindset. It's not uh, that we send somebody to a hiring company and they are not excited about the job. We want them to be excited. We want them to remain there and grow. That's why we have a 12 months period where we actually monitor their career growth and their business growth. And if they need any assistance during this time, they can always reach out to us, because they continuously can access masterclass and knowledge sharing webinar for the next 12 months as well.
Oh, that's
Zikri, to make it very easy,
yes.
when we started this program, we take into a few things into account.
Mm.
Just because we are training, people are not interested in what we are giving. We took
Correct.
into account what they are interested. You may be interested to do entrepreneurship. All right, we have program for entrepreneurship. After the training, you don't need to go work. If you want to be a gig worker, we have programs, for gig workers. That means after doing that, they can be on their own. And if anybody wants what you call looking for employment, we also have program for employments. Now,
Okay.
after they finishing the program, what is so special about program? We also have brought in partners who want to hire them. All
Perfect.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the other thing is that if they've lost confidence, we also have a partner helping them how to what you call go for an interview.
Okay.
All right. And then we also what you call during the study that we found out, like Suresh Rani was telling, that they need what they call mental health. A lot of
Mm.
people, I want to tell you, lot of people. So we have people to go and talk them and prepare them. All right. So therefore, we have actually holistically understood what people need. So therefore, our program is totally different from everybody. We have taken everything in account. Training,
That's good.
entrepreneurship, you want to be a gig worker or you want employment, we have also partner there. All right. We
Mm.
have all done that. All they got to come and do is get our program and start learning. We want to see the Malaysian, back to where we were. Happy people. Okay. I
Absolutely.
can't see that face.
I would love to help you bring all those glory days back. So,
Yes,
uh,
I'm very happy to.
I must tell you, Zikri, that the current cohort that we started is actually a pioneer cohort. Uh, from
beautiful.
the Yeah, in the last week of their training, actually, the next week is their last week. Actually,
Oh
we
wow,
have got very good feedback from all of them, and they have actually expressed their gratitude, and they are very glad to be part of this program. Some are very inspired already, and they've already planned for their next step. So this
oh,
actually is very heartwarming for us, because when we started it, that was our goal, and we are very pleased to say that our participants are also pleased with what we are offering.
that's amazing, amazing. Great. Make sure you get great testimonials from them. I'm sure once Suresh and his team starts to track their career growth from there, there
We're going
will
to get
be
them to
enough.
do videos. Actually, we're going to get them to do video messages to us, and we will share them with you, Zikri. The video messages, that'll be great.
Fantastic. Of course, more than happy to. Um, and you know what they say in English, time flies when you're having fun. I mentioned
Yes.
to that that I will try and compact this 20 minutes, but I was just so engaged with the practicality of your program. You know how you're covering, and of course it's not just ambitious. I think it's totally doable once you have the right partners and the right kind of people that you want to work with on this project, believing in it rather than just thinking it's just on a piece of paper and just executing it, right? So, do you have any final thoughts that you could share with the viewers more about the project so that they can either get involved or how can they be helping you guys even though they're not suitable for the program, but they might be advocates. Feel free to tell them
Okay,
what you would like to tell to the viewers. Yeah.
Zikri. In one
Yes.
way or another, we all are silent heroes.
Mm,
People help in their own way. If I
mm,
can give $1, when I have less, and I can still share a little bit, you are still my hero. All right. In this aspect, every Malaysian has been a hero on their own way. The only question that we want to ask ourselves, no, why must these companies come in to help? Why must the Malaysians must come in to help? All right, that is a question that I myself ask. Simply, if you do not help, who is going to help them?
right.
That's the second thing. The third thing, by helping them, we will put the nation back to where it is. By doing that, we will get our economy to what they call economy to move.
Correct.
Without these things, we are not going to go anywhere. So therefore, I call on all Malaysian silent heroes, which you have in your own way. We are just like a drop of water. You may
Yeah.
put a little bit, it's okay. But the drop of water which was going to make mighty ocean. So therefore, if everybody is going to come and help in whatever way you can, we can get this program and reach and help together. So I call on all the Malaysian silent heroes, come in aboard and do whatever you can.
Mm,
All right.
amazing ways. That's amazing. And Rani, Suresh, I mean, that's very, very, very clear, simple, and easy to get people to kind of wake up. I feel, like everyone's doing their part. Um, but but Rani and Suresh, if you have any other word of wisdom to share before we end the show, feel free. Because
Running first, running.
Uh, to me, it's actually I encourage corporates and everybody to actually come and support besides individuals, because all these people who are now unemployed, they were all contributors to our economy when our economy is actually high flying. And
mm,
today, they are the consumers. They were the people supporting all the industries and the corporates. Why not now when they need us, come and do your part? Whatever that you can as corporates, come and help, because when they get back into position, they also help to build your business. That's my little words.
thank you so much, Rani. Thank you so simple and just
So
nice and
my
Suresh. Yeah.
my word would be when we developed this, when we developed and created this GetEmployed.today, we wanted to be a Malaysian project. Malaysian project developed by Malaysians. We are all Malaysians. Developed by Malaysians for Malaysia, and for that statement to happen, we need individuals, right up to SMEs, public listed companies, MNCs, government side to come in. We have already got government agencies right now on board supporting, and few listed companies. What we
Yeah.
need many more to come in, and together we will be able to go out and help as many within the 1 million plus unemployed Malaysians, which, as mentioned earlier, the numbers are still growing.
Okay.
And we urge all, everybody can be a contributor, as what Dr. Wimmer said, even if it's 1 ringgit, 5 ringgit, 10 ringgit, right up to corporates and whatnot coming in with much, much, much bigger amounts. And so let's come together and go forward together to help. And most importantly, why the ultimate reason why we're doing this is to get back the economy, to have to make sure the domestic economy, the wheel of the domestic economy starts. That is the one that's going to be the savior for Malaysia, the domestic economy. We can't always put our hand out and expect the government to always help. They're doing the best they can. But we as individuals, Malaysians who are on the ground here, corporates must come together to make things happen. And that's why, in summary, this is a Malaysian project by Malaysians for Malaysia. Thank you.
Zikri,
Well,
also as the last word, can I say thanks to PCOM for selecting our program and for incitement to have us
Yes,
on your platform.
exactly. Thank you
oh,
so
it's
much.
our pleasure.
Thank you.
No, no, it made all sense to us. So we could not ignore the magnitude of the work that you are doing. So we had to, we were willingly wanting to take you guys, and I have no other way of thanking you of doing what you do. And of course, I just want to also tell the viewers, if you would like to find out more, the website's down here, GetEmployed.today. Go and check it out. Learn a bit more about the main company driver that's pushing this envelope further. And if there's anything else, you can also always contact us here. And again, I'd like to thank Dr. Wemel, Ronnie Wemel, and Suresh for coming on the show, and we will do our best to keep pushing, and getting as many traction as possible, and also create the impact that we all ideally would like to create. So thank you so much for having
You.
me. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Ultimate pleasure, and have an amazing long productive week in Malaysia, and hopefully when I come back I'll bring some souvenirs.
I hope you have a productive week in what they call Istanbul.
Oh. Of course, of course, of
All
course.
right. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay, right.
much,
Have a
guys.
great day. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.